It's just I've asked people. I believe you might have seen my post in this Bluelight support group,
Mhm.
and a lot of clients, I'm sure you're aware, have recommended you don't do the police in your hometown. I mean, I've the age of 26 tomorrow, and I just didn't want to run the risk of maybe dealing with people I know if I get through the final interview
Right.
with your support. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think you need to go to a different force, though. I mean,
No.
I know, you know, I only worked once in a place where I lived, and that was when I first joined. And then after that, it was my choice to live outside of the area where I work. And my rationale behind that was just, I want to split the two up. I don't want to work in the same place I'm living because part of me was just quite happy to live in blissful ignorance of all the crime problems in the area. So I'd much rather not know what's going on my patch. I'd like to walk down the street without thinking, it's a bit of a burglary hotspot, this, because I wouldn't be able to switch off. So that was the rationale behind it. I always lived after my first couple of years, I always lived outside of the area where I worked. But it's just choice. Equally, there's people who lived in the area where they worked. It's up to them. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong or right about it. It's your choice, personal choice. I wouldn't move forces though. It's just like, right, I'm working in a certain part of Cheshire.
I mean,
I'm
I've
working.
lived in Lincolnshire all my life, Lincoln, and I've got a lot of relatives and family back here, and I just thought, maybe it would be good to speak to other forces, see what they can suggest, because um,
Either way,
I know,
either way, you've just got to crack the final interview. That's one thing you can't transfer.
and I'd
You've
have
got to
to.
nail on.
I don't. I hope you don't mind me saying. I think I'd need your support for the final interview stage. I mean, do you provide that support for every force? Like, is it quite similar the questions they ask, like at Lincolnshire or Nottinghamshire?
Um, 43 different ways of getting into the police. That's just the Home Office forces. And we've got BTP, we've got Civil Nuclear Constabulary, we've got Police Scotland, we've got Police Service in Northern Ireland, Royal Parks Ports Police of Belfast, just going into the small ones. But there's over 50 different police forces in the United Kingdom. They've all got their own unique types of final interview. So,
Yeah,
just to give an example, Met Police, you'll do an interview and a role play. Some forces might want you to do a presentation. Some forces don't even call it an interview. They say, we're going to have a professional discussion or a values-based discussion or a strengths-based interview. Look, dress it up however they want. It's a assessment centre stroke interview. And you've just got to get through that bit. And they're all different and they don't accept each other's. So that's the other confusing part. Online assessment centre, you can transfer from one force to another if they want to accept your transfer. Final interview, depending on what force you apply to, it could be very, very different. And it could change tomorrow as well. Like College of Policing are pretty consistent in terms of what type of assessment centre it is. The online assessment centre has been consistent for the past, well, over 3 years now. It's been pretty much the same. But forces change what they do on a regular basis. Like Derbyshire Police, over the past 2 years, have had about 5 different types of final interview, as an example. So this is why what we do is we prepare people for everything. So that even if it was one thing last week, if it changes this week to something else, you're ready for it. And it doesn't matter what they throw at you, you're ready for it.